Forget big clunky softboxes. This scene was lit with this, my most favorite light of all. It's funny, I always end up doing the opposite of what everyone else is doing, what the hot trend is. Everybody, when they think of good lighting, the first thing they do is put up a softbox. And I do the opposite. I like hard lighting. It's just what I like. But lately, what I've really been getting into more than anything is having a spot of light. And now Hollywood does this a lot. They've done this for 50 years, where they put light where they want the emphasis to be, like someone's face or an object. They would highlight different areas of the background with little spotlights. And that's what I like to do. Like right now, I'm spotlighting my face. Now I actually have separate little spotlights on each one of these items here. It really helps you be creative when you're able to just, I want a little bit of light right there, a little bit of light right there. And, you know, you get creative with it rather than just blasting everything with one giant softbox, which even if you have a grid on it, that's going to still spill a bunch of light everywhere and you're not really focusing the light. So I've made a video before about little spotlights, and that's what some of these are, but I've really been into more, I've got a favorite one now, and I'm going to reveal this in a few moments. But I'm going to run through a couple of these real quick because these are really good for when you want like a little bit more light on the head and shoulders, but nothing else. That's what these are really good for. Now, when people think hard light, they think light on one side, hard shadows on the other, dramatic lighting like the old Hitchcock movies or the black and white detective movies from the 1950s, that drama lighting, film noir. Yeah, you can get that, and that's cool, but when you're my age, you don't want to show off the wrinkles and all that. That's what hard light does. So I use hard light to create soft light in a way. I have light, and the secret for that is you have lights coming from multiple directions, knocking out each other's shadows. And I know some of you are going to say, yeah, but then you have the cross shadows and all that stuff. They're unflattering. Well, I don't have a lot of cross shadows. That's because I strategically set up lights from different angles to kind of knock out those shadows. You're not going to knock them out 100%, but most people don't care. They're not going to like pixel people. Oh, look, there's a little bit of a shadow on that side of the nose. People aren't going to do that. As long as it overall looks fine and cool and what the person is saying is interesting, that's more important. So I like to just roughly get a good, you know, cover the areas that you don't want to show wrinkles and stuff with little lights. For example, look at this shot here. This is something we did on our Christmas video. Look at her. Look how great she looks here. This whole thing with her and me were lit up with nothing but little tiny little spotlights. And look how great this looks. No softboxes, nothing. And unlike big softboxes, you can put the light exactly where you want it to be. Like it's not lighting up the tree, it's only lighting up her. And you can still get flattering lighting without using big giant lights. And look at this shot here. This is another one where I just use a couple of tiny little focusing spotlights. So you can get some really cool lighting using tiny little lights. So let's just run through a couple of them. Originally, there was nothing but tungsten lights, and they would use things like this. This is a little Dedolight. I still have a bunch of these. They're really cool for what they do, but they're tungsten. They can get kind of hot. Here's another Dedolight. This is a more modern LED version. Bicolor, really expensive. They're like $2,000, which is really ridiculous, but that's professional for you. I've got about 3 or 4 of these. The actual light is just that. That's just the light. It's got an aespheric lens on the front. And here we have the CameTV. This is another one that I've got a number of. It has a aespheric lens and it has the wide spot. You just pull this forward in and out. It's bicolor, and you can actually power it with 2 NP batteries that stick underneath of here, or wall power. This is pretty cool, 60 watts. And then we have the Godox S30 and S60. These are cool, same kind of thing. The S30 is just daylight, S60 is bicolor. They're cool. They have, again, an aespheric lens on the front and the barn doors, but they're just a little bit on the heavy side. And speaking of Godox, of course, there's the RS60bi, which I have talked about before. And you can put an SZL2 with the DL5 light on here, which, you know, this by itself creates an okay beam that's kind of narrow. But if you want a really narrow beam and really focusing intense the light, you can create this thing, which creates a really intense spotlight beam, a narrow one. So you could have this light like 15 feet back and have just light at someone's face with this. And this thing here is really, this is just rubber. It's really lightweight. Speaking of rubber, if you got an the new ML80 or 150bi, comes with the MLZ, what do you call it? focusing Fresnel light that goes on the front of this, you can attach an ML60FL5 rubber thing with a Fresnel lens on the front. That pops out like this. And now you have a focusing beam for the ML80 and 150bi. But again, this is kind of clunky, just like this. This is clunky. I mean, it works, it's cool, it's powerful, it's a bright beam, and this is too, but these two are kind of heavy, noticeably heavy, and noticeably clunky. They work, but I like something else more. And then, of course, there's the Inkee 30. And I put a Fresnel on the front, which you can turn to get a nice beam out of. You see that? Get a little tiny beam out of this thing. This thing is great. This works really well. I'm actually pretty happy with this because it's so small and portable. But this is, again, kind of heavy in this clunky thing on the front. Here's a Godox ML60bi. These are really cool. I like the little plastic yellow knobs in here. And actually, this light here, believe it or not, that's what the light is actually like. It's just a little can like that. This is a Fresnel, which I put on here because this video is about spotlights. So this one here creates it's a wider beam, and that creates a more spotlight beam. And here we have another cool one that I really like. This one actually, you can run it off of a wall power like this. But if you unplug the cord, it can actually run off of 6 AA batteries inside it. This is the Litepanels Caliber. You can unscrew the barn doors, of course, and this is what the light actually looks like. And then you screw it in and out for wide or narrow. But it's a spotlight. It's a little one. It's a battery powered. It's not bicolor, but you can put colored gels on the front. And it's really lightweight. And you can see it's on a overhead boom arm because it's so lightweight and you can focus a beam. And I've used this recently a number of times as a hair light where I have it up high over my head, aiming down and just lighting up the back of my head, and it creates this nice rim light, and you can just focus it just on someone's head. I like lightweight and small. All these ones that I've showed you are they're made out of metal, they're kind of heavy, and they usually have a big thing on the front like a Fresnel or something, and it's just, they all work, but they're kind of heavy and clunky. So the thing that I like the most, my most favorite one of all, is the Smallrig RC30b. It's only 99 bucks. It's really small. These little plastic barn doors come off. It has an aespheric lens, which is really cool, which you can focus wide or spot by just turning it. It's bicolor. It's 99 bucks. It weighs almost nothing. It's made out of plastic. I love how lightweight this thing is. This thing weighs almost nothing. You can fit like 6 of these in your case when you take it with you. I have done so many shots with this thing. I love it. This is my most favorite one of all. Now, I know some of you are going to be asking, what about the Sutefoto TJ55bi? I thought you liked it so much. It's even cheaper than the Smallrig. It's 55 watts instead of 30. You can power it with a D-tap battery, and it has an aespheric lens. Or even the Wellmaking, which I like so much. Well, I do love both of those. The Sutefoto does not produce a small of a focused narrow beam, as is the discussion of this video. And the Wellmaking does make a good spotlight, but it's $250, which is 2.5 times the price, and it is somewhat bigger and heavier than the super lightweight RC30, which is what I like about this little guy. The aespheric lens seems to be the secret for creating a nice spot of light that doesn't fringe on the edges or anything. I mean, it's just really, really nice, and of course, these barn doors help to contain the light also. Anyway, so I just thought, hey, there's 99 bucks for this thing. It's bicolor, and for me, I'm lighting up my face right now. I've got 3 or 4 of them right now on my face right now. And I have some more, obviously. I just love these things. I had to say, I make a whole video about this. I like small, little, tiny, lightweight plastic lights that create a little beam of light that only lights up the head and shoulders of somebody, and that's it. And then also light up, you know, like maybe a spot on the bookshelf or an object on the table, and we can get really artistic with what you light up. You don't just light up everything, even like blandly and boringly. You create artistic spots of light, little pools of light in different areas, and this thing is great for that. And like I said, it's bicolor, so that's really cool, and it's 99 bucks, and it's fun, and it's lightweight, and it's everything. So, okay, well, I thought I'd bring that up because I love lighting. It is just it is the most important part of photography and video. Without good lighting, you've got nothing. You've got crap. So, anyway, thought that's it. All right, sharing my joy with you. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye.